Okay guys, the purpose of this tutorial is to show you how to set up a parameter to make it easy to transfer time data from the Revit model to the Navisworks simulation, but also just to keep track of when things are going to get built within your model itself. So what we want to do here is the best thing to do is to set up what's called a shared parameter. We can set it up as a project parameter, but that would mean it would just exist in this project. So if we set it up as a shared parameter, we can go and use the same parameter in other projects and also in the linked files, so that you have the same parameter data going into the into all your projects. So I press shared parameters here, and it tells me that I don't have any shared parameters at the moment, so I'm just going to close that down. So we have this shared parameter dialog. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a shared parameter file, and I'm going to put it in my computer. C, teaching my semester, and I'll just put it under the BIM. So I'll set up a new folder for it here. I'm just going to call it shared parameters. What we can do now is set up a new group, and I'm going to call this the timelining group, because this is where we add the time data to the model. And under the timelining group, I'm going to set up a new parameter, and this parameter I'm just going to call it 4D timelining. It's a common parameter, and it's just a text parameter because it's just going to give us text information from the different elements in the project. So simple as that. Now it's set up, but it doesn't exist anywhere in the project yet. It just exists in that file we've created. So then I need to go into project parameters and add a project parameter. So I press add. And here I can choose one of the shared parameters I've set up. So I have this shared parameter in there. I go in here and select 4D timelining, press OK. And you can see it sets up the parameter data as we want it to be. It's set up as an instance file. And now we get the opportunity to set it up for all the information in the project. Now, we can check all, but there's a lot of information in here we don't need to have time information on. For example, areas, we don't need to have time information on when the areas are set up, for example. And other things it's just irritating to have. So for example, if we go and we find views, we don't want to have time information on the views. So we literally just want information regarding anything to do with construction and nothing else. So where are we? We also have sheets in there. That doesn't need construction information. So you can go through this, but if you take out those main ones, that's usually fine. So I press OK here. 4D timelining turns up as a project parameter, and then I can press OK. So now if I come in here and I edit this group, for example, edit the group. If I select the wall here, you can see that over here we have 4D timelining is set up as a text parameter. Okay. So that's one thing. So what I actually want to do is, if I just go in here and modify the parameter, I think it would be better if we set it up under construction. So then it'll turn up under a construction paragraph over here. So let's do that again. Okay. Come into the group, edit the group, select one of the walls, and now you can see it's been set up under construction paragraph. So then we can give it a parameter based on that. So everything in here, if I select this door, this should also have a construction parameter. I can see there it is here. It's got frame type and it's got 4D timelining. If I select a window, 4D timelining. If I select a floor, let's select the floor in here if we can grab it. There we go. That's also got the parameter assigned to it. So that's that. So that's the key to ease of transfer between your 3D model into the 4D space in Navisworks or MS Project.